Well, that's the good thing, Clarinda. I'm down 20 pounds.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing, Joyce.
Yeah.
That's
And I had
amazing.
gone like a year after I had lost my 100 pounds from weight loss surgery. Nothing had moved.
A year.
Yeah. And now finally things are moving again, going
Wow.
down.
Yes.
And it's just because of the change in how I'm thinking about things.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you told me.
Welcome to episode 21. Use this number one empowering thought to lose weight. Hi, I'm Clarinda, and you are listening to the Feel Light Mind and Body podcast, created for women like you. Women who are experiencing success in so many areas of life, but are struggling with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. Losing weight can feel hard, heavy, and restrictive. That's why every week I will be offering you a different perspective, tips, encouragement, and a unique approach so that you can feel lighter in your mind and body rather than feeling deprived, frustrated, or discouraged. What if you could feel free, yet in control around food for the rest of your life? What if you could enjoy your experience of losing weight and getting healthier? You absolutely can. You're in the right place. Take this time for yourself and let's dive in. Often when we think of how we're supposed to lose weight, we think of all the things we need to start doing and grieve the things we think we have to give up. We automatically think of the actions, the doing. The thought of that can feel undesirable, overwhelming, and even feeling afraid of not being able to stick with it. And then what? Gain it back again? No thank you. I'll just stay where I'm at for now. It's not that bad yet. And we give ourselves lots of reasons why it would be too hard right now and end up putting it off for an unknown future time. I don't think there's a person listening who hasn't thought or felt like that at some point, especially if you're aware that the extra inches around your middle are increasing your cardiovascular health risk. And hear me when I say it's no wonder you think all of the do's and don'ts at first. It's what the magazines scream in their headlines. Eat this to melt away belly fat. Do this workout to lose inches. Take this supplement to block fat. We are bombarded. You just have to scroll a few seconds on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok to see that. After a while, we just start to tune it all out. But if you are listening to this, then that means you haven't totally given up. So be proud of that. Weight loss is a vulnerable and emotional journey. Many women say it's a lonely one. I know I witnessed my mom's late night crying a few times. Not over her marriage, as she and Dad had an amazing one. She has told me in my adult years that she was tired of being strong for everyone else, for always putting others first, and the farm work as well, ahead of any self-care. She said she hadn't even heard that term self-care before, and pride-wise, you just didn't tell people if you were struggling. She was the doer and giver, so much so that she felt depleted at the end of the day. She ate to feel better, especially at night. Maybe you are quietly nodding your head thinking, yes, I get it. That's me. I can't wait until everyone goes to bed so I can have some alone time and enjoy my snacks or drink with no one interrupting me, no one needing me, or giving their opinion on what I should or shouldn't be eating or doing. Mom's 4-foot 11-inch frame carried 202-ish pounds at one time. She felt ashamed, and my dad was worried about her health, but she mainly kept it to herself and kept trying fad diets, restricting, or Weight Watchers, and yo-yoed for years. That feels awful, defeating, frustrating, and overwhelming at how to get out of that spiral. But please hear me when I say there is hope. It grieves me to see others discouraged and hopeless like my dear mom was. It's why I'm here sharing with you right now. There is so much hope. It doesn't matter how many times you have started and stopped. What matters is that you get to let go of the past thinking and be open to a new way of thinking in order to make weight loss permanent this time. Do not give up. You want to grow old gracefully, right? In fact, you can reverse your age scientifically when you get back into your healthy weight range. and decrease your visceral fat, the fat wrapped around your organs that leads to unwanted conditions that require medications, usually with undesirable side effects. But even then, there's hope that you can also get off of these medications or have your health practitioner decrease the dosage as you release weight. So while there are some do's and don'ts, there's more important groundwork to be done first in preparation to make the experience feel lighter, not restrictive. Just like you need a strong foundation in order for a building to last long term, you also need a solid foundation that begins with your mind for lasting weight loss. There are many empowering thoughts I offer my clients as they start to reframe the ones that aren't serving them anymore. But a couple of weeks ago, on a group coaching session, Joyce shared the one that was most empowering for her. And with permission, I thought, who better to share today than a woman who has been struggling with the ups and downs of weight for years? A nurse who has the added challenge of working nights, and she is still doing this. In fact, she is releasing more weight than just physical weight. Listen in and be inspired. She is now seeing the scale move after a year of the numbers staying the same, in spite of her efforts in trying it all. Here is a snippet of her thoughts on how this way is different and empowering.
Well, that's the good thing, Clorinda. I'm down 20 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing, Joyce.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
I had gone like a year after I had lost my 100 pounds from weight loss surgery. Nothing had moved.
A year.
Yeah. And now finally things are moving again, going down.
Yes.
And it's just because of the change in how I'm thinking about things.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you told me, all of us, was I can have it if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want to?
Yes.
And that took that craziness away from me of like, I had been micromanaged all my life. So I think it would make me crazy when I am told you can't do this, you can't do that as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
That always makes me want to rebel. So the fact that you said we can allow ourselves, just ask yourself, do I really want that? Is it beneficial? How does that work with my plan, where I want to be? So I actually think of that. And I think that's why I'm not going crazy with the urges like I always would be.
Right.
You know, because I used to be able to say, oh, well, I can stand 10 urges. It's the 11th that kills me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference this time.
Right. So before you were using willpower.
Mm-hmm. And it always ran out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you are still a nurse and working nights, and you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Has your sleep improved yet?
It has. I'm just making an effort to put the little dog in his kennel instead of saying, oh, well, you know, I need to be around for him. He's a dog. He can snooze while I'm sleeping.
Absolutely.
And go to my bedroom and put my CPAP on. Mm-hmm. So I'm making myself more of a priority than saying, well, the dog's more important than me.
Right.
And, you know, everyone's more important than me.
Right.
I've been doing a few things to make myself a little more important, like letting someone else do my taxes.
I know that was a big win for you.
That was a huge thing for me, to let someone else do something for me I was capable of doing for myself.
Mm-hmm. And think of the time and energy and mental bandwidth you just saved yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's little steps of making myself a priority, which I haven't done for many years. Mm-hmm. And it's not just all tied up to weight loss. It's that whole thing of, oh, Joyce, you're not worthy, you know, and I'm not punishing myself like I used to. Right. And it's little steps every day of trying to make myself a priority like I make everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how does that feel for you?
Different, new, makes me feel young and special.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I want to make other people feel.
Yeah, exactly. And you have a glow about you. I would love for you to go back and watch the replay from week 1 or week 2.
I don't look good when I'm working nights, Clarinda.
No, but there's still a difference. I know you have the fatigue from working nights as well, but you're still working. Are you on a stretch off right now?
No, I'm on my 6 on. Tonight will be my 3rd.
There you go. So like I said, you go back and watch a replay when you were still in nights like that too. There's a difference in you. And I think
poor Diane knows. I can nod off at the drop of a hat, and it's just bad. It's bad.
It's okay. You can nod off on a Zoom and then you just watch the replay. You get it.
I do. Yes. That's the beauty of it.
That's awesome. So you can see we also have fun in the coaching sessions. Now, is there anything that surprised you or intrigued you about what she shared? Have you ever started something and then started to feel resentful and rebellious of the restrictions? I know I sure have. And that is why I wanted to create a unique, simple, and doable approach for weight loss or reaching any goal. You've maybe heard me say this before, that you can feel free yet in control. But now you've heard Joyce describe that feeling without actually using those words. It's interesting to see how everyone's plan looks different and includes food that they like, and they still get results. I guide them in the tweaking process if the scale isn't moving in the direction that they want, but again, they are always the one in the driver's seat. I ask them quality questions, and their answers direct them in what they want. I share the science and mindset, and they decide how and when they want to reframe their thoughts or change an action to get a different result. Simple. Now, as I've said before, simple isn't the same as easy, but it definitely makes it more doable, enjoyable, and sustainable. My clients feel equipped to make better decisions after learning about their hunger hormones, the effect of dopamine, cortisol, and how the brain actually works in regards to attaining a goal, and so much more. When you experience it, it starts to make so much sense on how your current way of thinking and eating has created your current results. You then feel empowered to make an educated, mindful, kind decision, and then check in with yourself to see if you like your reasons and why. Of course, I'm also there to coach you and help you see old limiting beliefs, which are thoughts you continue to think which aren't supporting you or your goal. When you no longer feel rebellious because you're asking yourself empowering questions like Joyce shared, then you actually get to enjoy the experience of weight loss rather than feeling the struggle and heaviness of white-knuckling it with that finite willpower. I can't share 3 months of content and motivation in this one episode, but think of this like dipping your toe in the water to test it out. Why not practice for the rest of the week simply asking this question that Joyce felt was the most empowering question? Other clients have chosen their own favorite because we're all different and have had a different life experience up to this point. Can you do that? But here's one of my rules, that if you're going to borrow this question, you also have to agree to be aware of the underlying tone as you ask this question. If the old judger or critic pops up her ugly head, this question might sound something like this. Do I really want that? A combination of disgust and disbelief. Don't be surprised if you do hear that. Don't react and get mad at it. That won't solve anything. Simply turn down the volume on that tone and say, let's try that again. Do that as many times as needed. It made me smile to hear the change in Joyce's tone at week 8. It was kind, curious, caring, and compassionate. It takes some practice, so be patient. And if you can add in one more takeaway from what Joyce shared, then think about how you can make yourself a priority this week and be open to feel the new feelings like she is experiencing. To name 2, feeling young and special. I'd say that's pretty encouraging homework. So are you in? We would love to know if this has helped you and how. Comment under one of my social media posts or message me what change or decision this has inspired you to make. Also, I want to mention that if you go to my website, you will see that the consult option has a price attached to it for the general public. So if you want the free 20-minute online one-on-one session, use the link in the description of this episode or in the website show notes. Then choose the time that works best for your schedule, and I'll be in touch. This is time sensitive, so don't put off what you are feeling drawn to within. Trust, hope, and believe. You are worthy, and it is so possible, my friend. Now, do yourself the biggest favor. From love, take at least one action step from what you learned today. Knowledge without application won't give you the results that you desire. Let me know on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, what you are choosing to do and when. And yes, please leave a podcast review wherever you are listening to this. When people read your words and can see themselves in them, then you are contributing to women empowering other women. And that feels amazing. You just might change or save a life today.